Hey button pushers, welcome back to Sagebrush. It's time to cast control over once again. Last time we did a couple things. We used our bolt cutters to get into Peyton's trailer, read through his notes. He's almost certainly some kind of undercover situation. Um, there was also a bloodied shovel in there, so I highly suspect that he's dead. That he's the one who was, like, they're probably all dead, let's be honest, but he's really the one who was murdered by Leonard. And then we found a note to Peyton from Lillian that she was burying her key of the changed lock under the tree. So we got that with the blood-soaked shovel because let's just put our hands all over a murder weapon. And now we are in Lillian's trailer where we have read a note from James about her secular reading materials. Note from Viola. Lillian, forgive me if I am speaking too freely, but I care deeply about you, and I worry that you are having doubts about the Father and his teachings. You're young, Lily. I understand where you're coming from, believe me, but as someone with a lot more life experience, let me tell you have nothing to doubt. Father James is a prophet of the Lord. He speaks the true word. This is the same one from before that was in Viola's trailer. So I guess she wrote two copies? I think you can hear my housemaid and landlord, but that's okay. Light switch. Ooh, they do light up. I wondered if they lit up. Lillian's diary, note to Lillian, and pamphlet. Lillian's diary first. How can the absolute truth change so rapidly? First, the doctrine of cleansing, which was immutable and unavoidable, pain is currency, etc., etc. Then the doctrine of alternative cleansing, which seemed to change the rules against extramarital sex and polygamy, but only in the service of a clean body. I'm glad that Viola can just outright say it, whereas I had to skirt around the subject because it made me uncomfortable, because it's a cult. And this whole thing's made me uncomfortable. Understandably, that's kind of the point. Now Father James has received another revelation, which he pronounced privately only to a few of us women. It's not written down. It hasn't been added to the Book of Serial, and it directly contradicts previous doctrine. Father says that the Lord has brought a deceiver into our midst in order to test the strength of our faith. We must be ready to prove our dedication to the flock, and like Abraham with his son Isaac, we must be ready to sacrifice our notion of what is moral in order to serve the greater cause. What is this God's plan for us, to use our bodies as tools? Why doesn't this feel right? Oof, so he didn't just say that to Viola, I guess. Note to Lillian. I know you are beginning to doubt, and you are right to do so. Father James is not what he says he is. If you want to talk more, hang around after evening prayer. I'll linger too. I can help. You're not alone. I'm putting my trust in you with this. Pamphlet. Are you in a cult? It's a scary question, but an important one. Spiritual fulfillment and community involvement are important aspects of a healthy life, but it's possible for these to take deeply unhealthy and even dangerous forms. If you're reading this, someone who cares about you is concerned about your well being. The group displays an excessively zealous and unquestioning commitment to its leader and, whether he's alive or dead, regards his belief system, ideology, and practices as the truth, as law. Questioning, doubt, and dissent are discouraged or even punished. Mind altering practices such as meditation, chanting, speaking in tongues, denunciation sessions, and debilitating work routines are used in excess and serve to suppress doubts about the group and its leaders. The leadership dictates, sometimes in great detail, how members should think, act, and feel. For example, members must get permission to date, change jobs, marry, or the leaders prescribe what types of clothes to wear, where to live, whether or not to have children, how to discipline children, and so forth. The group is elitist, claiming a special exalted status for itself, its leaders, and members. For example, the leader is considered the Messiah, a special being, an avatar, or the group and or the leader is on a special mission to save humanity. The group has a polarized us versus them mentality, which may cause conflict with the wider society. The leader is not accountable to any authorities. The group teaches or implies that its supposedly exalted ends justify whatever means it deems necessary. This may result in members participating in behaviors or activities they would have considered reprehensible or unethical before joining the group. For example, lying to family or friends or collecting money for bogus charities. Subservience to the leader or group requires its members to cut ties with family and friends and radically alter the personal goals and activities they had before joining the group. The group is preoccupied with bringing in new members. The group is preoccupied with making money. Members are expected to devote inordinate amounts of time to the group and group-related activities. That was my flashlight. Members are... Is that just the wind outside the trailer? Is that what that noise is? Yes, it is, because I could not hear it when I moved the headphones. Members are encouraged or required to live and or socialize only with other group members. The most loyal members feel there can be no life outside the context of the group. They believe there is no other way to be and often fear reprisals to themselves or others if they leave or even consider leaving the group. If one or more of these are true for your group, it may not be a healthy community, but don't worry, help is available. Could you not, game? Did I read that one? Yeah. Alright, all that's left is the tape deck. I'm beginning to guess that Lillian is likely the person we're hearing in the tape deck.
He risked his life coming to me.
Yes,
Somehow he could tell that I was wavering. I'm still not sure how. He was from the FBI, he said, and he was here to investigate the group as a cult. When he said that word, I told him to go to hell. I almost went right to Father James. But I didn't. He left me a pamphlet that talked about the signs of a dangerous cult. At first I refused to read it. What was the point? How could that have anything to do with our group? But I did read it, and even though my entire brain was screaming at me, I went back to him.
Yep. Well, I would like to take a moment to talk about all of that, because everything listed was not only good information, it was, to my minimal knowledge, accurate information. So, and I sincerely hope that under no circumstances is it, because there's almost no way anybody in a cult would be able to even see my videos, but if you're in circumstances that match up a lot to what was just discussed, please at least pursue some further knowledge. Like I've said in previous episodes, I'm going to be listing links in the description to anything I can find that has information about either abuse or cult tactics. And please take care of yourselves. If you haven't encountered this yet, keep an eye out for it, because there's always people ready and willing to take advantage of you out there. In the meantime, let's be less serious and get back into this eerie game. Cleansing room key. Yay. Pamphlet, note to Lillian. Light switch, Lillian's diary. Note from Viola. Yeah, that's the thing from before. Note from James. Okay, so we should have seen everything in here. That's darker, and I don't like it. And I don't like it. I'd rather if it wasn't this dark. Well, that's exactly the kind of effect I was hoping for, to make it seem like time was passing, but also it makes it super creepy. So we can't be too close to the end because we haven't even made it into the church, but I'm betting that it's just cleansing room and then church. So hopefully we're at 8 minutes, and I'm probably going to cut some of it out. I might make this episode long, go to maybe 20 minutes and see if we're in the church, and if we're in the church by the 20-minute mark. Well, because there's the mines, too. Ugh. A black key with the alchemical symbol for blood etched in. You unlock the barn with the cleansing room key. I don't like this at all. I'm not a fan. Sin is thy debt, pain is thy currency. Someone is stepping outside and I am nosy. Okay. You know, I feel like this one should at least have said pain is thy currency and sin is thy debt. Like, switch it. Oh god, the music just kicked in for me. That's a lot of blood and a lot of spots. There's a ladder. There's no one in here, right? What the fuck is with this music? That altar matches the one in the bedroom. Pick up bloody axe? Pardon me? How many murder items am I touching today? Oh, whoever did the music on this game knew what they were doing. Old, blackened blood has seeped into the cracks of the altar. Sketchy as heck. Sketchy as heck. I'm not opening any doors yet. Guidelines for cleansing. Improper thoughts, lust, 3 cuts with small blade. Improper thoughts, doubt, 5 cuts with small blade. You'll note that doubt is a bigger punishment than lust. I really wish this music would calm at least 1 tit. Stealing, 1 finger or 1 hand, depending on item's value. Sloth, 2 lashes from the whip. Taking the Lord or Father James's name in vain, 5 cuts, large blade. Murder, rape, idolatry. The violating body part, hand, genitals, eyes. Yay! Light switch. This isn't gonna help. Oh, yeah. That was less creepy without it. No observation on the bloodstains, huh? The good old sink. A floating first aid kit. Alright then. I'm sorry? Pull chain. Oh, it's another light. Stop doing that game. I swear to God, this game knew what they were doing when they started doing that. That is a lot of things. A lot of very bloody things. You know, it's not Satanist to be hygienic. If you're gonna have a creepy cult out in the woods, kids, promise me you will at least wash your torture equipment. Like, come on, have some hygiene standards. Just because we're in a barn doesn't mean you need to act like you were raised in one. Humph. I don't like that I had no control over that. Pick up key to the mines. Yay! From the book of Serial. And yet the Lord in his infinite love and compassion has not forsaken those who have forsaken him. No man is without the cloud of sin, but the light of the Lord shines brightly. To make thyself ready for the Lord's embrace, cleanse thyself of sin by way of self-sacrifice. Give up thy blood, thy flesh, for it is soiled and pathetic, unworthy of the Lord's gaze. For each sin committed by the hand, whip the arm once. For each sin committed by the feet, whip the leg once. For each sin committed by the eyes or mouth, cut the face once. Pray thou over thy spilled blood, and in cleansing it thou cleanseth thyself. Sin is thy debt, earthly pain thy currency. For those who are thoroughly purged of sin in this manner, and who have followed the commandments of the Lord, and who believe truly in their heart and body, the days of taking will bring them to the feet of the Lord, free of earthly flesh, awash in divine light for eternity. Have faith, be cleansed, and this will be your reward. I can't interact with the record player at all, it seems. Okay.
He called it the cleansing room, where we would exchange pain in this realm for forgiveness in the next. We'd all gather in front of the altar, and one by one we would declare our sins to the flock, each of us given penance to perform in front of the others. Bloodletting, self-flagellation. I saw men break their own bones, and women cut off a finger that had caused them to sin.
I'm sorry, what?
It was true devotion, and it was terrifying and wonderful to see.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, let's just get down from here, I suppose. Cut off a finger. Oh my god. Came through those doors. Let's open these ones for good measure. The mines, huh? I wonder if this is part of the field work. I love that I still have the shovel caked in blood, and wait a second. Tab back. We didn't grab the bloody axe. I don't want to leave that behind. Because, you know, considering we aren't using it to get into anything just yet, I don't want this. I don't want this. It has given me an axe, and thus my first thought is that I might encounter somebody still living here and have to literally fight them off. Please do not. You did the light thing I inadvertently asked for. I'm not inadvertently asking for this. A fire axe covered in old black blood. A small key with a laminated tag that reads, Mines. You unlock the door to the mines with the key. I'm sorry? Ah. That's why I needed the pickaxe. Or rather not pickaxe, the actual axe, the fire axe. That is an entirely empty bookshelf. Kind of glad, because this means that I've used it, and thus that I probably don't need to defend myself with it. Whew. You hack away with the axe until the boards fall away, revealing an open space behind. Alright. Activate elevator. It was probably out of service on purpose. Okay, we're one of those dumbasses, are we? I'm gonna look straight down. No, I'm not. Fuck that noise. That is, I mean, okay, in the interest of honesty, I was always considering ending the episode before I even turned the elevator on. So I was like, I'll just turn the elevator on, and then at the base, I'll end the episode. Now I am definitely ending the video. This is marking my turn with the biggest push pin. Pin it. That's, No. Absolutely not. I refuse. Whew. Flickering lights be damned, pun not intended. That's gonna mark the end of my turn. Let me just cast the controller on back to you, and hope you pass along again soon. I'll ABC you next time. Unfortunately. Bye-bye, guys.